Oh dear guys, here you go, it's your boy Simon B, well Mr. Simon B 1471 checking in once again with another video. And today guys, we're going to be talking about Payday 3. I am new to this series, so please, kind of check what I'm saying's accurate and true, because I've seen obviously other YouTubers play this game and it appeared to me that it was an absolutely amazing experience. Thankfully for me, I've got PC Game Pass, so I've been able to play this game totally free of charge. So, again, I've not wasted any of my money. And, wow, guys, the game has got a hell of a lot of problems. Let's get on with today's video. Alright guys, what is happening? Welcome back to the channel. If anybody's new here, please, hit that subscribe button. We kind of label ourselves on this channel as gaming news with an opinion, so not everybody's going to agree with me. That's fine. If you don't agree with me, please leave your reasons why in the comment section, and I will try to answer as many of them as possible. So, Payday 3. This game has had betas, I believe, on one platform. It's got released, and, well, nobody can get into a game. The matchmaking, the servers are down. It's pretty much affecting everybody, by going over the Steam charts and looking at it. Payday 3 wouldn't be a bad game, but ultimately I've got to create an account with, a third party to actually go and play this game, which that annoys me anyway. Payday isn't the only game what does that. A lot of games do it now, where it doesn't matter if you're on PC, Steam, PC Game Pass, Xbox, PlayStation, you have to log into another site, you have to create an account, put a password in, what you're going to forget in 20 minutes time, because most people don't have the same password for every single site, and if you do, please, take some advice from today's video, go and change them, because it's incredibly naive to do that. So, Payday 3, I was kind of looking forward to it, because a lot of these, bigger YouTubers who probably low-key, they are promoting the game or marketing the game for, the developers of this title. But, there's a huge issue. Even if the game was working great, guys, which it isn't, online only is a huge mistake. You're forced online even when you're solo playing this game. And by the way, the gameplay in the background is pretty much gameplay on day one, where I was actually able to play the game. Unfortunately, I can't play the game anymore. So ignore the gameplay, but the gameplay in the background is a fair reflection of playing this game with random people. It just, you just can't play this game how the developers, naively, should I add, intended everybody was going to play this game and they was going to work together. That doesn't happen, guys. Everybody just runs in, starts shooting everybody, and, kind of any strategic format to playing this game just goes through the window. Obviously, that's not going to be the case when you're playing with your friends, and I'll say it straight here, if you're trying to play this game solo, you may as well not bother. Go and play a different game, because this isn't really a game to play solo. But if you've got other friends, you can come in as a four-stack. You're going to have an absolutely fantastic time playing this game when it works, and when it works is key here, guys. But yeah, it forces you to play online, even when you're solo. Obviously, servers went down. And yeah, servers are down. You can't play offline even if you want to play solo, so you can't play the game. The game is getting absolutely smashed right now. It's standing as mostly negative on Steam after 16,823 reviews, and the majority of those are people complaining that it's pretty much unplayable, as it struggles to actually matchmake, and at times it doesn't even let you past the start screen on the main menu. The Nebula servers obviously have issues. Apparently all the player base, and again, I'm new to Payday, so correct me if I'm wrong, guys, they were actually told by the majority of the community not to go forward with the always online model, but they ignored the community. They went ahead with it regardless, and obviously what followed at launch was that it left the users unable to play the game at all. So yeah, having a launch like this is totally unacceptable. There's people saying, they bought the game, they played 1 or 2 maps with friends, matchmaking crashed, happens. 15 hours later, they still can't play the game, and I still can't play the game. I don't know if it's been up since. 2 days ago I was playing the game. I've tried to play it again today before I made this video, and yeah, it's still not working. But the thing is about this game, the gameplay mechanics, when you're doing the tutorial, and I've learned about it. Again, I'm new to this franchise. I've always liked how it works. But when I was playing the tutorial, I was learning about all the mechanics. I was like, wow, this game is going to be really fun to play. I think the gameplay mechanics, they've smashed it. I think it's great what they've done there, but they've been very naive to, have this only online model where you can't even have a solo mode. There's no solo mode on this game. Well, people say there is a solo mode, but trying to do the more advanced missions solo is pretty much impossible. I think they've kind of missed a trick there because everybody seems to think that everybody always wants to play with people on this game. The majority of gamers, regardless of what you guys and girls think watching this video, the majority of gamers just want to hop on, play solo, and then hop off. That is the majority of gamers. Not everybody's like a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber where, let's get free of my friends, let's go and play this game for a couple of hours. Most people ain't got the time. Most adults will just game for half an hour in the evening. They'll jump on when they can, obviously. They've got kids, jobs, dependents, things to do in the evening, cook the tea, wash the car, take the kids, to football or whatever. People have got lives, but, game developers do this all the time, and a lot of people think that, just people like who play video games have just got nothing better to do, and that is 100% wrong. The problem is with this game, the developers being naive, thinking that everybody's going to play the game, the way they, intended the game to play, but it doesn't really do that. But there's reviews on here, like this guy who was talking about it, that he's played 2,000 hours in Payday 2, right? So I'm going to read his comment out, and let's go on from there because, again, this guy's way more qualified. So he's left a pretty lengthy review on Steam. So he starts off by saying, I hate to give it bad publicity, but having 2,000 hours in Payday 2 and 200 hours in Payday, which he still plays, generally I feel it's more like a downgrade from Payday 2 as an upgrade to Payday the Heist. He gave €90 and I can't play anymore. I have a few days off and was waiting for this with excitement. So, the guy's literally a fan. He's, booked a few days off work. But anyway, by the time they fix it, if they fix it, I'll be working again and not have the time to play. Everything I write is based on the 3 days period I played before release. Those are the good stuff. I can remember, obviously, this guy's, native tongue isn't English. So his English is probably better than whatever... wherever he comes from. I can't actually see as a plane just decides to fly past while I'm recording this video. So we're going to start off with the goods. A few new game mechanics that are better than the older games. Civilians no longer run in the middle of gunfights. Unlimited tie wraps. Following civs of running at last. No instant detects or back detects. I like the new guard behavior, running while carrying stuff. NPCs gained hearing ability, crouch and running while in casing mode, slide ability, and that's it for the good things. So it goes on to say the bad. So many like the new graphics, but I expected people Payday 2... Well, sorry, but that's expected people. Payday 2 was over 10 years ago. Still a few things are wrong with these new graphics game engine. A few nice, funny graphical components are missing, like the ability to destroy plant pots, I don't really understand, why he's picking at this, to be fair. But I also found many glass panels to be indestructible. I've actually found that as well myself. Unoptimized game. RTX 4070, you can't get 144 FPS on the first map. Now, regarding the graphics myself, I've got a RTX 3080 Ti, and even I had stuttering in the game. It wasn't a lack of FPS, it was just stuttering, so there's obviously something wrong there. Teammate carrying a body is hilarious. Drop bodies clip through walls like in the early 2000s. Joy's mask is a downgrade. No messages like in Payday 2. Items on the floor disappear when you get near them. So, he's just on about a few visuals here, but we don't really want to go on about this in too much detail. So no single player. Like I've said, online only made the game unplayable upon launch. That's right. If you could have offline, everybody would be playing it, everybody would be happy. Online only forces you to go into matchmaking even though you are alone in a lobby, which is just crazy. The game doesn't connect anymore, so I can't play. Last night matchmaking just didn't work. This morning I got Nebula data error and no connection error. It's just ridiculous that a game like this comes out and it's in this situation. It's clearly come out before it was due to come out. However, when you paywall betas, which you are marketing as stress tests, doesn't really look good that you're paywalling stress tests before your games come out. The gameplay, he actually says here that soloing heists on higher difficulties is impossible. Like I said, you should be able to do everything solo what you can do in multiplayer. He goes on about the menu's UI. But again, guys, I don't really want to talk too much about this. I don't want to take up too much, more time on this video. But ultimately, guys, Payday 3 is a complete mess. The developers of this game who paywalled this game's beta, I just don't know what to say to you. It's like video games, guys, are just acceptable to be released in this kind of a state. Nobody can play the game. Like I've said, I think the core mechanics of the game is very good for what it's trying to achieve. But ultimately, you've got to understand that idiots are just going to run into the banks and just start spraying people down. You cannot play this game as a solo. I would actually tell anybody, and again, a lot of people are probably going to disagree with what I'm saying here, but again, I'm bringing you gaming news with my own unbiased opinion. It's obviously going to vary compared to a lot of people's, but I'm going to give you my opinion anyway. Payday 3, if you are a solo player, do not buy this game unless you get it for free. Do not touch it if you are a solo player, because if you're joining 3 other random people playing this game, it's not a good experience. Even if the game was working, which it's not right now, it's not a fun experience. But again, this is my opinion on the matters. The gaming news is factual that Payday 3 is a mess right now. People can't play the game, and, the developer Starbreeze Studios, I think it is, you've just got to do a lot better. You need to have a long, hard look at yourselves in the mirror and think to yourselves, why did you release this video game when it's a complete and utter mess? If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye for now.